Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. We are back together again. I'm so excited to be here with Amber after a long time of just being separate because of holidays and stuff. Even if we're not technically in the same room, we're still like kind of together in the same building. And we have a lot of stuff to put out. We're doing adult nonfiction and fiction plus one audiobook, and we each have 14 items. So it's like
I thought this pile was kind of large.
yeah, it's kind of large, but we really want to get all these things out on the shelf, and also it's just a lot of cool stuff. So I'm Eliza.
Amber.
And want to go first?
Sure. Okay. And a lot of it is unprocessed, which means more work for me, but also more excitement for us.
There should be some surprises.
Yeah. First is Frontier Follies, Adventures in Marriage and Motherhood in the Middle of Nowhere by Drummond. And we have a lot of cookbooks by her. She's popular on like Food Network, I think, and other things.
I've used her recipes sometimes. She's like a good solid
I've looked at them. I haven't used them, but they look like decent books. This is just her story, her life story, no recipes.
This is the one audiobook, and it is Alexander McCall Smith's How to Raise an Elephant. We already have the actual book, and this is part of his #1 Ladies Detective Agency series.
So I've been Patterson.
I'd like you to know that I piled these books randomly. I tried not to look at them, except for one. I made sure you got one that I wanted you to get. You got that one. That wasn't it. A good one.
It's an Alex Cross book, obviously Deadly Cross. So put a hold on it. I'm sure there are like hundreds of holds on it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, everybody needs to read these days. It's better to read than leave the house.
Yes,
that's our recommendation. Ooh, I mean, this you could like maybe once it's warmer, but in the meantime you can plan Sheds, a do-it-yourself guide for backyard builders. If I showed my husband this book, he would totally want to build a shed. I don't know if he actually would build a shed, but I just know he would want to look at it.
I feel like a shed would go well with your home.
We could use a shed.
Oh, okay. The Queen's Gambit. You can't really see the title. Can you see? Anyway, it's like maybe. In any case,
it's like white on gray, which is not ideal.
No. But yeah, the Netflix show, the wildly popular Netflix show, is based on this book. So
I still haven't watched it. I'm like the last person, but I will say I am really into Bridgerton. So
and this is a very small book, and it seems like I don't know how they could fit that whole series and everything.
Maybe it's a series and they like put stuff from later books. Sometimes
I don't think so. In any case, now we have it, so you can read it.
This is called Love Your Creative Space, a visual guide to creating an inspiring, organized studio without breaking the bank. It looks so nice. This looks like such a nice studio. And the pictures in the book are just gorgeous. So that seems like another one to browse and daydream and plan.
But a good thing to do right now while it's cold outside, right? And you're stuck in.
Right, and organize your clothes too so it doesn't get claustrophobic.
Yeah. Sometimes You Have to Lie. The Life and Times of Louise Fitzhugh, renegade author of Harriet the Spy.
This sounds like a really cool book.
I don't know anything about this. But Harriet the Spy, is that, I mean, I watched a movie when I was a kid called Harriet the Spy.
It was like a chapter book for kids. I don't think she's really that famous in herself, but the book has been getting a lot of publicity, and I think it's because it turns out she just has a really interesting life story.
Yeah. It says as a children's author and a lesbian, she often felt pressured to disguise her true nature. So I'm sure like she was born in 1928, so that was probably a much bigger issue.
Yeah.
When she was coming up as an author. Life stories, we love them.
Macrame, mixed fiber macrame. Create handmade home decor with unique modern techniques. Oh, I like the things.
We have some like that, like textiles, right? Creating textiles.
Yeah.
I think it'll go in our crafting section somewhere.
Definitely go in our crafting section. Just trying to keep things up to date and modern.
Yeah, of course. Oh, The Wrong Family by Tarryn Fisher. Does this scream thriller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever
Oh,
been
she
wrong?
wrote that was popular.
What did she write?
It says on the cover, The Wives. I just remember it going out a lot.
A Lifetime of Deadly Secrets All Under One Roof.
This title is so perfect. It's called My Bedroom is an Office and Other Interior Design. Oh my goodness, this book definitely anticipated the current dilemma of so many people. Oh, and I actually love this because it's set up, each page is like a question, and then it answers the question.
Nice. So it sounds useful, definitely useful. Simply Wood, home projects from branches, logs, and other found wood. So if you like that aesthetic.
Oh my God, I love that shelf.
Just like all like homey stuff, like how to make the stuff that you see in like Home Goods or Pier 1 Imports, I assume, but better quality if you make it, right?
I'm not really good at making stuff. I'm not very handy, but maybe if I found the right book to guide me, I would be okay. This is called The Star and the Shamrock. I think this actually came from a patron request, and then when I looked it up, there were like other holds on it too. And it's historical fiction during World War II about a Jewish family trying to get to safety.
And is it an adult book? It's an adult book, right?
It's definitely an adult book. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jean Grainger.
Okay. Building Your Tiny House Dream. We have like a lot. We got like a lot of building and all that. The tiny house thing, I could never ever live in a tiny house.
Stressful to me.
But I feel like you can get a lot of tips on how to make your space more efficient.
Yeah.
By like watching the shows and reading the books and all. So.
Plus, they're so cute.
Yeah.
This is called Dancing in the Mosque, an Afghan mother's letter to her son. And, oh, wow. So it's about a woman who pushes back against restrictions in Afghanistan against women and fights for rights, for women's rights. And then she actually ends up getting separated from her son because of that. And so this is her like writing letters to him. That sounds really powerful.
Is it fiction or
no, it's nonfiction? It's nonfiction.
Sounds stressful.
Yeah.
Apollo's Arrow, The Profound and Enduring Impact of Coronavirus on the Way We Live by Nicholas A. Christakis. There's probably going to be a lot more like coronavirus pandemic.
It seems a little early to be assessing the impact, but I think people are already trying to just like think it through and figure it out. So that's a really good, Apollo's Arrow.
And it says it's based on scientifically grounded stuff. So something else to read while we're all still staying in.
First Principles, What America's Founders Learned from the Greeks and Romans and How That Shaped Our Country by Thomas E. Ricks, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I feel like that pretty much told us everything we need to know.
It really did. It really did.
Good job, cover.
Saving Freedom by Joe Scarborough. Truman, the Cold War, and the Fight for Western Civilization. Okay.
I'm just really loving this box of books. I feel like we've got something for everyone. I really hope everyone can find something.
How did one of the least prepared presidents to walk into the Oval Office become one of the most successful? So it can be done if you're not sure what you're doing, apparently.
This one is called Unworthy Republic, the Dispossession of Native Americans and the Road to Indian Territory by Claudio Saunt. And I think this is about like in the 1830s when so many Native Americans had their homes taken away and were sent to territories out west, which was just a really horrible time, but definitely an important chapter of U.S. history to know about.
I'm glad that we have a book like that, because I feel like I've never read specifically how that happened and all that. Stewart Woods, Hush Hush. Probably many holds, placed one
Many
today.
holds. Stewart Woods, I don't know, different authors kind of like rise and fall. I think like Stewart Woods might be at this particular library right now. He's pretty high.
Yeah, very, very high.
Oh my gosh, this is a book I've actually read. I read the ebook because I was so excited about it. And it's called His Only Wife, and it takes place in Ghana. And it's about a woman who basically gets sort of into an arranged marriage where the man is already sort of not married but living with another woman, but the family doesn't like that woman, and so they arrange for her to marry him, and it's like very advantageous for her because she comes from a poor family, but then of course she ends up in this sort of crazy emotional situation. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, Martha Stewart's Organizing. I love like Martha Stewart books. I just like that, like, they never seem too big and they always have something special. I don't know.
She's just like a great design person, or maybe she has good people doing design, but
and that's what she's known for. The manual for bringing order to your life, home, and routines. I feel like also we have so many of this type of book, but just look at it. You can't help but like browse through it. Be like, tell me, how do I organize my entire life, Martha? Like, just supplies that you would need, strategies. I don't even know what this means. What am I organizing? A desk? A bedroom? Everything just looks so neat and orderly, even if you don't plan on doing it. It's just like, like meditating, right?
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice to just like, it's like soothing.
Yeah.
This is Homeland Elegies by Ayad Akhtar, and this was on a lot of end of the year best of lists, and it's autobiographical, is my understanding, about someone who immigrates to America. Wait, I don't know, it's confusing. Wait. I already read about this book and now I'm confused again, but it's a family drama and also a social essay about everything.
Okay, I'll take it. Your Edible Yard. This is a wild looking cover. Landscaping with fruits and vegetables. There's just so much.
She looks so happy about those plants, and I have to say they do not look super edible to me. I don't know what they are, but like I would not eat something purple like that. But she looks so excited.
She really does. It talks about a red clover, plantain, lamb's quarters. Also like prepping your yard and growing this stuff. So probably will end up in our garden, in our gardening section, I assume. Nice. Although it says landscaping.
Having more edible stuff in the yard.
Yeah. Well.
This is called Shaggy Bane, a novel by Douglas Stewart, and this is another one that got a lot of like attention this year. It won the 2020 Booker Prize, and it's about a boy growing up in public housing in Glasgow, Scotland.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of any of these that got like major rewards or anything, major awards. Yeah. So I have 2 books left, and I'm super excited about both of them. Okay. This is A Good Bake by Melissa Weller.
I want to make sure Amber gets a cookbook. So
the art and science of making perfect pastries, cakes, cookies, pies, and breads at home, and it feels like comprehensive. I'm just saying.
Like, as usual, I just really want to make the thing on the cover. Oh my God, and that thing. That looks like, is that a pumpkin pie?
It looks like pumpkin pie, like, oh, it's sweet potato pie. Oh man. They talk about laminating dough. So anyone who watches Great British Bake Off, you know what you're in for if you get this book. Yeah. Oh my God. The illustrations are great. Like, look at this. God. Are you kidding me?
I love
this bread.
Zoom in.
Right. And there's like a lot Like, this is definitely not a quick and easy baking book. This is a, like, let me explain all of this to you and why we do all of this.
This is the book you would read if you were going on the Great British Bake Off.
Exactly. So, and it's kind of
we're not, because we're not British.
Yeah.
This is called The War Widow by Tara Moss. The war may be over, but her battle has just begun. Oh, wow. A kick-ass 1940s heroine, a tough-talking, glamorous feminist, adept with a pistol as she is on the dance floor. Ooh.
The last book I have is called A Wealth of Pigeons. It's a cartoon collection by Harry Bliss and Steve Martin. So, and yes, it's that Steve Martin.
That's Steve Martin.
It's just really like fun. It's just a comic, just comics, I guess. But I just really love the title. A Wealth of Pigeons. Look at this cover. Why wouldn't you want to pick this up and read it?
I do. I totally do. But I have a super big one to end us. This is Dolly Parton. Oh my God, this is like almost too heavy to hold. Dolly Parton's Songteller, My Life in Lyrics. And there's a really great picture of her on the back. Dolly Parton just takes amazing photographs. And I guess it's like different lyrics from her songs and then how they relate to her life. And she's been in the media a lot recently. Yeah. So in a good way. So I guess this is all maybe. Oh, look, here's like a picture of like her actual like written page for this one. So that looks pretty cool. That'll probably go out a lot, I think. I think so too. I have no more books, so I'm out. Okay. Bye. Bye.